you guys. So this is going to be my April 2019 budget setup. I have my paychecks underlined in a certain color, and then I've highlighted the different bills that I will be paying. So paycheck 1, which came out today as I'm recording this, is underlined in green, and all of these bills will be paid essentially with that income, and so on and so forth. Rent, electricity, all of these big bills came out on the 1st. So really, all of these bills were paid with my last paycheck in March, which you can see. My last paycheck in March came on the 29th, and that paid my April 1st bills. But I wanted to show you in the bottom corner here essentially what that kind of looks like. My last paycheck in April would be coming on April 26th, but when May 1st hits, I will be paying my rent, electricity, all my May 1st bills with that final paycheck. And so this is what it looks like highlighted. Then moving on, this is my April goals page. My goals for this month are to reduce my personal dining out expenses. I go out to eat a lot with my family and with my boyfriend, so I upped my date category, and I'm trying to just not go out to eat on my own as much. And then I have non-food outings. That was something that I had written in my March review. One of the things I noted was build habits around things other than eating out. And like I said, I go out to eat a lot with my family and my boyfriend, and one of my goals this month is to maybe find some different activities that either are free or non-food related that we could do instead. And then finally, limit online browsing and shopping, because that was another thing that I saw in my review for March, was that I was overspending on Amazon and other sites because I would get bored, I'd browse the internet, I'd find something I want, and then I'd order it when I didn't really need it. So that is another thing to limit this month. For the reminders, I wrote down Easter. I wrote down that my dad, my brother, and my grandma are all having birthdays, so we'll probably do that, or I'll get them gifts. I'm going to the doctor twice. I have 2 doc appointments, so co-pays. I should probably write in prescriptions as well. Let me do that. I'm not sure if I'll get anything, probably not, but in case. And then I have sign over truck title and update auto insurance. My dad has my truck, and so I'm just going to sign it over to him because it was his originally. And then once I do that, I can take him off my auto insurance and maybe get a nice little refund check from that if I can, since I paid it in advance. And then nothing changed with the bill tracker. I just actually typed everything in this time. My monthly budget printables are looking the same, except with some key differences being, this is my March one, I put a star next to budget categories that are sinking funds. So now I have something, a visual that I can see right off the bat. These are my sinking funds, and that helps me at the end when I'm reviewing. And then I also added in, so you see last time I just had one miscellaneous category in my lifestyle. I added in a hobbies category and then a true miscellaneous. So I hope that will help with my budgeting. The one difference is, like I said before, I upped my date category under food. So last month it was 50. I overspent a lot. So I basically upped it. I've spent 107. So I upped dates to 100 because, hey, that's what I've been spending. Let's be realistic and try to hit that number now instead. And then I reduced eating out from 50, which I also overspent, to 25. Maybe I should bump this to 50, but right now I'm aiming for 25, and that's the goal. Everything else pretty much the same. I did add, because I know if you guys have watched my channel, you've seen me struggling at the end of the month to get my savings to add up correctly. So what I think is going to fix this is now I have a spot that says unused sinking funds. I wouldn't use a lot of funds, so maybe like I only spent $20 in my gift fund instead of 50, and I didn't have a place to account for that. So I think adding this part will fix that. So we shall see, but I am cautiously optimistic that this will help. And so right now, as you can see, it's set at 0. And then once I actually do my budget review at the end of the month, I will add any sinking funds that were unused, which would be pulling from these categories, and it should add up correctly, but we will see in a few weeks' time. My expense trackers stay the same, so this is checking. I have the other page of checking, and then I have my cash envelopes tracker. I have not pulled out any cash. I've just been using my debit or my credit card to track expenses. I don't know if I'm gonna do cash envelopes this month. We'll see. I just haven't made using cash envelopes a habit yet. I did a lot better last month, but then as you can see, I didn't prepare for this month ahead of time, and then I didn't have money on hand, and so I didn't use cash for my normal cash envelopes categories. So either I will not do cash envelopes at all this month, or maybe at the halfway point I'll do cash envelopes for like the remaining balances for the month. I think I might try that. And then nothing new here on this page, just savings, sinking funds. Also nothing really new on this page. I just went ahead and pre-populated the columns of last month since I had just done my budget review. I looked at my actual numbers for March, and I copied them over into last month because now we're in April. And I did that the same thing, actual numbers in my categories, I put them into the last month category because March was last month. And then no notes yet because I saved those till the end of the month when I do my budget review and kind of have thoughts on how things went for the month and things I can change, things that went well, all of that good stuff. And then this final page, pretty much the same thing. All of my assets are still the same. So the only thing that's changed here is I wrote a box to make my net worth stand out. You can see I had it here, but it was just a line. I wanted it to really stand out. And then I did the equation, which I had handwritten in here. I just wrote it in here and then did a spot, same thing for the percentage change, just to make it stand out better. But yeah, that is it. That is my setup for my printables. A lot of people have been asking where I get my printables, and the answer is I make them myself, and I make them in Excel. And it took me a little bit of time when I first did it for February because I didn't know what I wanted, and obviously I've been tweaking as each month goes by. But after I got that first template down, it's been a lot easier to adjust because I'm making smaller tweaks now and just changing colors and titles. I'm not actually redoing it from scratch every time. My goal is to eventually just get some sort of editable document that I can either share with you guys for free or do a really simple like $1 download or something of that nature. I just haven't gotten a system down yet that works really well. If you've ever used Excel, you know you can like tweak one column and it throws the whole thing off. So I need to figure out a way to make a document for you guys. And then I also just haven't come up with a truly set in stone system. Every month I'm still tweaking things, so that's the other thing I'm waiting on, but hopefully soon I can get something out. And then I'll also plan to do a video maybe just going over how I make those Excel spreadsheets and templates so that maybe you can take a shot at doing it your own and making it your own rather than using my pre-made one. If you do want to use my pre-made ones, I'm working on it. I hear you, and I hope to get something out really soon. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate your support. Bye for now.